Hi, I thought I'd do a quick inbox review of the kit I'm planning to do as my sort of big build for hopefully over the sort of winter Christmas period. Sorry, unfortunately it's such a big box, it's quite tricky to get the whole thing in the frame. It's the Revell Junkers JU88-A4, apparently with bombs, 1/32 scale. This is going to be quite a big kit, 45 centimeters by 63 centimeters. Kit number 03988. Sorry about that, I'm had a bit of a cold. Skill 5. Bit of detail on the aircraft on the side there, in a variety of languages. Colour requirements, of course they're all in Revell numbers. Some photos of a finished kit. Nice artwork. You got yeah, really good artwork. Typical Revell, you normally get a nice bit of box art, so that's good. I am going to be doing a few extras on this. Basically, I've picked up a few air dye bits here. We've got the colour cockpit details, instrument panels, etc. Self-adhesive, not used them before. We shall see how they go. We've got the masks. There's a lot of glass work, so I think the masks are going to be quite handy for that. We've got some exterior parts. It's this exterior pack, and I've actually got some seat belts. So actually, for the HE111, I picked these up cheap. I'm hoping we can do something with those for this kit. We'll have to carefully study that. If not, I've actually got the HE111 kit, although I have got seat belts from a different manufacturer with some resin seats for that one, so I was hoping I could use these for this one. That's those bits. Okay, let's get in the box. Going to put that behind me so as I go through. In fact, I think what we'll do is we'll stick that over there for a moment. Fairly standard set of Revell instructions here. Bit about the aircraft. I won't spend a lot of time on these instructions. 2013 is the date on them, so we know this is quite a new mould. Fairly standard stuff here, nothing particularly exciting. Colour callouts in Revell's paints. What is nice with these is there doesn't seem to be too many mixes. Excuse me. Doesn't seem to be too many mixes that you'll need to make. Only two actually, which is sorry, I can't see that, which is unusual for a Revell kit. There's normally a lot of mixing and paints involved. You've obviously got some sort of amendment here to see for the sidewall. We've got the sprue map, some shaded out parts that aren't used. They actually look like mainly clear parts in this one. And then we go through the usual build process. There's quite a lot of steps to this one. I mean, the first page there we've got 21 steps, which predominantly is the cockpit, well, is in fact the whole of the cockpit assembly, seats, putting it into the fuselage, radio equipment on there. And in fact, right up to part 31 is still cockpit installation, so you've got 31 stages to get that cockpit together. It looks like it's going to be extremely detailed, so it'll be interesting to see how the Photo-Etch fits in with the details of here. Then we've got the rear wheel well, fuselage going together. A bit more of the cockpit here. They do supply decals by the looks of this. There's Deckle numbers here. We've then got the wings going together and the engines here. The rest of the engine components, landing gear, sort of clear parts, gun components here. More of the clear parts, the clear parts going through. Then we've got these sort of, not quite sure what you call them, but the parts attached to the bombs. Bombs don't actually go inside, they're external bomb load. You've got propellers, and there's obviously some slight variations here for different versions for the wheels. I'll have to look into that to understand that a bit more, it's not obvious. And then we've got the paint guide for the one on the box, and a more traditional splintered type camouflage there. I'll definitely be doing this one on the box, the sort of sand coloured, makes a nice change from the usual sort of greys, splintered type greys, greens type splintered camouflage you get on the normal Luftwaffe aircraft, so that should be good. 115 steps in total, including with the decals. Looks like there's quite a lot of decals there. Not quite as bad as a modern aircraft, but still plenty to keep you busy. We'll go over the decal sheet. Nice. It's printed in Italy, so we can only guess who possibly prints these. They're quite matte finish, so we may have to watch out for silvering on these, but they are nice. They're very, very clear, nice register. You can read all the writing, which, to be fair, you really would expect on a 132nd kit anyway, but the quality is up to Revell's usual standards, and I mean, I don't think I've ever had any real issues with Revell decals. Some of them silver a bit, but generally if you take a bit of care they go on quite nicely. No swastikas, of course, so if you want them you'll have to source them from somewhere else. I don't think I've got any. I might see if I can get some if I decide to use them. Okay, the parts. We've got quite a lot of plastic in here. It's quite a big box. I'll start with the main fuselage and wing section here. There's quite. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bags of sprues, 2 of which are individually packaged clear parts, which is great. It's good to see they've been packaged separately, because obviously there's a lot of glass in this one. You really don't want it to be spoilt by getting scuffed. Okay, so the fuselage halves, we've got some nice flash-free plastic. It's a kind of paler grey. We've got obviously recessed panel lines, as you'd expect on a more modern kit. Look pretty good in scale. They don't look too trench-like. Nice. We have got a variety of quite large injection pins here, but I suspect that where the cockpit sits here we won't see any of them, but obviously you have to take a bit of care there just to check. The other side, same again, nice. We've then got the wings. Again, interesting, date of 2008. I have to confess, I didn't realise it was quite as old a kit as that. I think this is the second. We had the Battle of Britain version. I can't remember what it was now, and obviously this one's come out a little bit later. So, but then I should imagine it uses the same moulds. Nice. We've got nice wings again. Nice recessed panel lines. Not a multitude of rivets. I haven't seen the real aircraft, so I can't comment. We've got some rivets around here and a few riveted areas, but it's not excessive. But that's, again, it's nice sturdy plastic. This is really just going to be the underside. The underside actually has a lot more. I don't know how well you can see that in this light. Sorry, my light thing's not very good here. But there is more riveting detail on the underneath. In fact, there's quite a bit more riveting here than there is on the top wings. Again, it's really nice detail, very good. Back in a minute. Okay, this is a big bag of bits here. In fact, there's a bag here within a bag. You have to be a bit careful here because some of these parts look like they may have fallen off. And in fact, I think we may have some duplicates. I don't know how well you can see that. I won't open this packet here because this looks like a duplicate here. Although it has actually got some bombs, but there is some more in here. So that one looks like a duplicate, so we'll put that to one side. Okay, so we've got propeller nose, propeller blades. Okay, the exhausts aren't brilliant. They're not hollowed out. I suspect trying to hollow them out would be quite tricky. May consider getting some resin if they're not too expensive. See if I can source some resin ones there. But again, we've got a nice clean plastic. It's all nice and sharp. There's no flash. We have got some slight sink marks though here. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see them, I'm afraid. Ah, there you go, you can probably catch it just there. They'll need some attention. And you've got the usual ones in the propeller. You might not be able to see them, but they are there. But still nice. Large area of empty space. Not sure what should be there, but there you go. Again, these parts are all nicely detailed. What looks to be part of the bombs. Again, no flash. No horrible injection pin marks that you're going to see. All good. Yeah. Oh, there's a part there that's come loose. To be careful there. I'll leave that in the bag. That literally is just a little radio box. Again, nicely detailed. We've got the instrument panel there, which if you were to use a Decals, I suspect it would look pretty good if care was taken, because they are individual decals for the dials. Again, flash free. The nice flaps. It's all recessed panel lines. Really nice looking kit. The machine guns are not bad there, although again I suspect there's aftermarket if you wanted a bit more detail, but they're actually pretty good. I'd probably be quite happy to use those. Oh, sorry, I'm just going to put these away before we lose any pieces, any bits fall off. Okay, we've got more cockpit detail. We've got the seats, no harnesses, not even moulded in type, which is good, so we'd have to clean them up if we're going to use the Photo-Etch. Sidewalls here, I believe, and you've got the control area here, nicely detailed actually. The Photo-Etch might even not be really required with some, well, I suspect with some really careful painting you probably wouldn't need the Photo-Etch. There's a lot of nice detail there. Again, we don't have any horrible flash, although no, there's even a little sort of flare pistol there. So the detail is really, really good, really crisp. No real flash to take care of, no horrible injection or sink marks. It all looks really good. Again, same sort of parts here. It's, you know, a variety of radio boxes, which again are nicely detailed. Bit more seating there, various small components. There is perhaps a tiny bit of flash around here, although it's actually on bits that you'd be cutting off anyway. No, that's good. That's very nice. I shall put that back in a minute. Okay. Okay, we've got more Sidewall Cockpit Detail. It is fantastic. The quality of that is brilliant. Very, very, very nicely detailed. Superb. We've got the sort of main braces for the wings. And some more parts here for the engines, around the engine cowlings. Again, all nicely detailed. No real flash again. There's a few tiny bits on the sprue bits here, but nothing to worry about. And the last main bag is actually the, looks to be the wheels and landing gear mainly. They've got some big old tyres here. Detail is nice. They even say Continental on there. All looks good. Again, flash free. All very nice. And then the last main sprue, you've got the landing gear. There is actually a bit of flash. The first real bit of flash is on these parts here. Not quite sure what they are. But again, I don't think it's going to be any dramas. They're cleaned up quite easily. All nicely detailed, all good. You'd probably need to detail up the landing gear a little bit with some lead wire or something like that to give it some piping, hydraulics, but otherwise nice. Okay, one of the most important parts probably of this kit is the clear parts, which I've kind of left to last, hopefully the best to last. We've got two bags. We've got one smaller bag here. I don't know whether this is an addition for this particular variant. No, they're nice. They're very, very clear actually. There's no flash. There's a bit of distortion here in these parts, but they are really good actually. You can probably tell they're very shiny, nice. I think we definitely, the masks are probably a worthwhile investment for this kit. And we've got the front part, which is lovely actually, really, really crisp, moulded, nice and clear and shiny, and surprisingly, you probably can't see that, but it doesn't distort as much as I expected. You know, it'd really be worth spending, again, the top part there, spending a lot of time on detailing that cockpit. They've given you a lot of detail in the kit, so it does kind of seem a shame that if you were to cover it all up with poor glass work, you wouldn't see it all. But obviously here we've got some fantastically clear, crisp parts. You know, you're not going to have to worry about any horrible seam lines or anything like that. Okay, I'm sure, here we have got some flash here actually, but again, there's nothing that's going to be a problem. I mean, if I'm honest, I have seen better on some of the more modern kits, but I think, you know, again, they're hard to beat, these Revell kits of value for money, that's for sure. And the quality of this particular one, from what I've seen so far, if it fits as well as it looks, it's going to be a really nice kit. Cool, I'm looking forward to that. Okay, speak to you soon. Cheers.